This is Money and Business Solutions, increasing resources, multiplying wealth, and advancing development. I am Lady Glow, and in today's episode, we're having an exclusive interview with a sports legend. And he goes by the name Daniel Boyfield Jr., and he's popularly known as DBJ. This young gentleman is a man of determination, a man of purpose, and a man of possibility. He wears many hats. He's a talent manager, event planner, and also a FIFA licensed football agent. You would love him and you want to know more about his story. And so let's get interactive. Welcome, DBJ.
Thank you very much.
And it's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
We have heard a lot about you and you're doing so well. I must say I'm so proud of you, and you're putting much effort in the sports industry. And today we would love to know more about your story, your journey, your challenges, and everything about who DBJ is. So to start off, I would like to ask, who is DBJ?
Thank you very much for having me once again. And DBJ is actually an initial for my name, Daniel Boyfield Jr. He is a go-getter, a courageous person, an open-minded person. He loves to try out new things and also loves to make the impossible possible. I'm a talent manager, an event planner, and a FIFA licensed agent. From a young age, I've been in love with sports in general, and that's where the passion lies. Over the years, I've been involved in so many sporting disciplines, even from childhood. I quite remember when I used to, I think I was around 4 years. I think that was the very first time I watched a football game, live on TV. And, you know, immediately I got in love with the sports, but not just football, sports in general, which includes table tennis, includes like other various like sporting disciplines. And so this is something that I have grown with. Aside sports, there are so many things that I also tried my hands on. I was into journalism, radio journalism. I was having my own podcast channel. As well as media production, which was photography and videography. I used to take pictures of the various national teams in Ghana at the youth level. I also tried out, there are so many things I tried, uncountable, but in the end I realized my passion was really into sports and football, like as a whole, yeah.
Okay, so how did the vision of this whole football come about?
Well, let me tell you one good story, should I say a funny story. So growing up, I used to play football a lot with my neighbors.
So you are a footballer?
I was playing football as a hobby.
Okay, and now?
And now I'm into the business side of football.
So you don't play football?
Anymore.
Okay.
This is because in 2019, I had an injury. I got an injury. I remember that particular game, I scored 2 goals and gave an assist. The game ended 3-0 and I came out injured. And I didn't know that was going to be the last time I was going to kick a football, like to kick a ball.
Okay.
And you know, when I got to the hospital to like check my injury, the doctor was like, I should take my time. Like when
that was in 2019.
That was in 2019. It was like I should take my time and I should relax more on this game. And so I think since then I stopped playing actively, and then I decided to be more like go into more of like the business side of football, the talent side, managing talents, managing players. And I think I took that seriously. You know, I really loved the sport. I really love football. I was actively involved in like the game itself, you know, representing my school at like the basic level, at secondary level, representing my hall, in like various sporting disciplines. I remember working with the coach a lot, like during my time in secondary school, Accra Academy.
Okay.
And it was just to learn more about the sports. And I was smallish, and so I couldn't.
You were cute.
So I couldn't like participate in like the school games.
Some of the activities.
Yeah, some of the activities.
Okay.
But I still loved the sport, and so whatever I could like involve myself in, just to make sure that
you were doing it.
Yeah, things were going on well with like our football team. I used to do, and then when I got to the university, I did the same thing. I also involved myself with like the school team. I became like the coach for my departments because I really, really loved the sport. And so, and this is what happened one time. I coached my department, a department that hadn't won a league, a school league, for almost 30 something plus years.
Wow.
The first time I was put in charge, that first season, we won the league. We went unbeaten.
That's amazing.
People were comparing me to Mourinho and Sarri and all those things.
You're a record breaker. That's serious.
Yeah. I had to make sure that like our team was untouchable. But then when it came to talent management, when it came to like managing like talent, it all started when I was in Accra Academy. I remember watching a game and one of my mates scored a wonderful goal. And that is where my football eye opened. Even though I used to play football, my football eyes opened.
To management.
When it comes to like scouting players, knowing who a good player is, that is where it opened. So immediately I approached that player, I approached my mate. And as at that time, I didn't have any connect. I didn't have any connection abroad, anywhere. I just approached him and said, can I manage you? Can I be your manager?
As young?
Yeah.
At that age?
At that age, I told him, can I be your manager? And
you were still in school?
Yeah, I was still in school.
He was your colleague?
Yeah, my colleague.
And he had the confidence and the courage to, approach a fellow colleague. And what was his response?
He was the best footballer by then. His response, what do you expect? He was laughing. He laughed. You understand?
Okay.
He laughed, but then he motivated me. Like, he encouraged me. I was like, yeah, it's possible. We should do stuff and all that. So I remember during visiting hours, his dad came around and he told his dad about me. He introduced his dad. He introduced me to his dad.
That was in the university?
No, that was in Accra Academy.
Accra Academy,
yeah.
SHS,
Accra Academy. And the dad started asking me questions. Hey, gentleman, how are you? Do you have like connections? Do you know clubs? And I didn't know anyone by then. Yeah. But then the dad encouraged me to keep going, and I took it very serious. I took his advice like serious. And so when I moved on to the university, I remember watching a lot of games, like, on the field. I'll just go play myself. And there was a time the school team played, and there's this particular player. I think it was during interdepartment games. There's one player I saw that really, really caught my eye, and I approached him after the game, asking him about like, himself and all that. I didn't immediately tell him that, hey, I want to manage you. No. I had to watch about 3 games of him before going to him and saying, hey, I want to be part of your life, your career. I want to push you. I want to help you, if it is financially. Because myself, I wasn't making money by then, but any little thing I had on me, I wanted to make sure I supported him, like, to keep going, because I was really impressed with his style of play.
Wow.
And so it became really serious because I really loved the sports. In 2019, that particular year, I had the opportunity to travel to Europe for the first time.
While in school?
Whilst in school. But it wasn't just football I was doing. I was in so many things like media production. And so I was in the media production team of one media mogul called Bolare. And we traveled to France. I had the opportunity to travel with him.
What were you doing in the media fraternity?
So I was part of like the media team. I was responsible for behind the scenes, responsible for social media, making sure that whatever goes out there is really good. Like, the content is really good. And so when we traveled, I didn't know that one of the guests he was going to interview was a football agent. So the day we met that football agent, Bolare introduced me to him.
As what?
As, hey, this is my guy. He really loves football, and I think you love him, so just speak to him. And so the agent, Bernard Collignon, he's really, 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 really popular in France. You could see people approaching him, taking pictures with him and all that.
So he was the one you met?
So I met Bernard Collignon in France.
Okay.
And we spoke for like 20 minutes. And immediately Bernard said, no, I like you, Daniel. I think you're ambitious. We can do something together. He gave me money. He said, go back to Ghana, organize a tournament for me. I'll be there myself to come and scout.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wait.
You know, it's difficult to bring this kind of people to Africa or to Ghana. Just like that, he said, go back to Ghana, organize this tournament for me. I'll be there myself. And it happened. He came. He had 4 good players. But even before that, he told me that he had gone to scout in another African country. Over 2,000 players. He didn't even select one.
Wow.
One player, over 2,000 players.
But DBJ, wait, before you continue, how were you able to convince this great personality? Like, in just 20 minutes?
Well, you know, once you're passionate about something, you know what you're about, you know what you want. And I told him that from where I come from, there are so many talented people.
Okay.
But the opportunities aren't there. The opportunities for these people aren't there. The opportunities are here in Europe. And I'm fortunate to be talking to him today. And so this is what I want for my people back home. Because there are so many talents that when he himself comes to see, he would be impressed.
Okay.
And he told me that I should surprise him because he has already done scouting somewhere and he didn't even select a player. So what shows I can break that
record? So
he came and he had 4 good players. He was taking them to France the following year, and that's where COVID came. And so for a long time, activities were not really going. Were halted, and we just still had to keep going and keep pushing to like my players to keep training like personally to keep fit, because definitely COVID is not going to be there for life.
Wow. Like, this is so amazing. And it's so interesting, like how you were able to meet a great personality in just 20 minutes as a young guy, as you were at that time, able to convince him, like persuasive communication. I don't even know what you were.
As at that time, people were even trying to, should I say, downplay or underrate me, because they're like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? But Bernard really trusted and like believed in me and saw what I could do. And I did that and he was impressed, and he made me, after that, he made me his rep for Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his rep for Ghana, which was really, really big. And he opened so many doors for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now let's come to your media. At what time were you blogging, taking photography and doing all those things, aside the football management and all that?
I quite remember there's this picture I have of me when I was young holding a camera. I think I was about 5 years, 6 years. We had an event at home and I was just going around. I still remember I was going around taking pictures as a young boy. And so my interest and love for photography began like at a very young age. And it became heavy, or the interest grew when I was done with my first level in university. After level 100, I wanted to have an internship. And so I was fortunate to have an internship with Joy FM.
Okay.
When I got to Joy FM, they asked me what department I want to work with. And I told them I wanted to work with the sports department. So I just didn't want to be going to work, sitting down, and then they would just be sending me, go and buy this for me. I wanted to do something.
To be active.
I wanted to be active. I wanted to make myself busy. And so I remember when they were going on like these trips to go and film like footballers at the Pram Center, the training center where the national team players are camped.
Okay.
I followed them. As at that time, I didn't have a camera by then. And so I tried as much as possible to get one. But from just asking, like maybe one person who was working at Joy FM gave me his camera to use. And so when I went there, I took some pictures.
So at that point, it wasn't as if you were having everything, the resources and everything.
I started using my phone.
But then you were trying to, ask around, ask friends. You were finding means to get what you wanted.
Even as of 2019, when I traveled with Bulari, I didn't have a camera. I had to ask someone for a camera. You understand? Wow. I had to ask someone for a camera because I just didn't want to go and not do anything.
Okay.
Before going to France, we went to South Africa And he was just taking me there for me to explore and all that. But I wanted to go and work. And they didn't have like someone who handled behind the scenes and all that. So I told myself, I'm not just going there to have fun and chill.
Then you really learn it.
No, I really want to go and make myself busy. So I got a camera from a friend. And when I got there, I did everything, produced like very good content, very solid content, behind the scenes content. And when we came back to Ghana, the South African tourism head, when he came back to Ghana and addressed the media, it was like everyone that came to South Africa, the one that impressed him the most was DBJ. Myself, I was shocked.
You were shocked?
Yeah, I didn't expect to hear that,
Wow.
Because I made sure going to South Africa, I was not just going to have fun, eat, chill. No.
Yeah.
I was going there to work because I'm someone who is really focused, and when it comes to work, I'm very, 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 very like,
You're determined.
Determined.
And it's so obvious in your works, in everything you do.
Yes.
Like how you're able to get what you don't have. Someone will just give an excuse that, I don't even have camera, so let me just go and chill. But you saw something ahead of you and you felt like, I'm not just going to explore, but let me just go and assist and help and do something that will be profitable. And this is where you have come. Like this thing ended you so great.
I always tell myself everything is possible. So what is your excuse?
Oh, I love this statement.
Everything is possible.
Everything is possible.
What is your excuse? So even during my time at Joy FM, with all this media stuff, I go and then take pictures of the national team players training. I don't just take pictures for taking pictures' sake. When I come back to the office, I make sure I write a story. And because I had access to my Joy Online, so I was more of a photojournalist. Okay. That's what I was doing. Take pictures, come back, write a story, and then upload it online to my Joy Online. And that's where I built contact with players. The photography side made me like connect with so many players, because most of them will call and say, can I have my pictures? Can I have my pictures?
Oh, okay.
So that's where my network, my contacts for like with footballers like started growing from. And it got to a point when it came to the videography side. It started in 2015, where the under-20 team went for a World Cup, I think in New Zealand. And there's one of the players that I was really impressed with. And I told him, I want to edit your video. As at that time, I was not a professional. I did not know what video editing was all about. But I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to edit your video for you. I want to create a highlight for you.
Like how?
Just give me your videos, and then I'll just cut them, cut your parts out, and then join them together.
Were you trying to help him, or you were trying to build a career for yourself? I
was trying to build a career for myself.
And also assist him. And
also connect with him.
Okay, so you were looking at the connection.
I was looking at, networking with him, building like a very good relationship with him. And till date, we are very good friends. I was even one of the groomsmen in his wedding, which happened like some weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago. And so I remember during those times, it was Windows Movie Maker that we had on our machines, and that's what I used. And I'm a self-taught person. I like try and errors. So I was trying to see how best I could use Windows Movie Maker. And I needed to advance because I felt it was a little bit easy. Okay. And so I advanced to other softwares, and then now to Premiere Pro. And from his video that I did for him, I got a lot of calls from different footballers, not just from Ghana, but from other African countries.
To work for them?
Yeah, for me to do their videos for them and upload. And it's crazy when you look at the insights of those videos. Some 40K, some 50K views.
Wow.
Just like that. And so the connection grew more. And then I just got connected to so many players. So many players.
Wow, DBJ, like... I don't even know what to say. I'm so much in love with your story, and it is so inspiring. I'm falling in love with your passion. Like everything is so amazing, and you are no wonder a great person. Maybe you can see yourself not there, but like you are great.
We're trying.
You are trying.
Trying our best. Trying my best.
You are trying your best.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
Okay, so now let's talk about how you were able to build these connections. How were you able to build these connections? And have seen you managing other great people aside the football players. what techniques do you use to attract these great people, and how do you build your connections?
Well, I think I would attribute that to God's grace. And secondly, first impression also counts. You know, when you meet people like that, you don't need to force anything out. They should just see your natural you. And, you know, I believe in action speaks louder than words. And so if I'm just speaking to you, trying to use words to convince you, and you haven't really seen like some actions from me, and if I use words to convince you without showing you what I'm capable of doing, it wouldn't really go well.
Yeah.
And so with those people, I think it's something from God. I think people that I come into contact with always seem to like the aura around me and always wants to get in touch, you know. I remember with, for example, the former France ambassador, Anne-Sophie. I was just in the media team with Bolare.
Okay.
And we went to her embassy to shoot an episode for his series, Revealed with Bolare. And after shooting, Bola introduced me to her, and we just had a short convo, and that was it. Just like the way I had a short convo with Bernard.
Then I think Bolare is really doing well.
He's
connecting you to great people. Like,
I can say most of the people I've met in my life, indirectly, I would say it started with Bola. Indirectly.
Okay.
Even though most are not like directly from him. Indirectly. Because when I look at the traveling opportunities I had, through him, I got to travel.
Okay.
And because of that travel experience, I got to meet so many people.
Okay.
So I can say indirectly, Bolare has really helped a lot.
Wow.
And so back to Anne-Sophie, back to the former French ambassador, when we had that interaction, when we spoke, she was like, DBJ, I want you to come and record a video of me saying something. You know, she wanted to put a message out there across. And I did that for her. She was impressed. She really, really liked it. And then that was it.
So why do you think she chose you?
Yeah, she's come across so many people in her life. And, you know, there's one idea that I put to her, like we brainstormed. And she didn't really believe in that idea. She was like, no, why should we do this? And I said, just do it. When she did that, it went viral. It just went viral, and she became more like a celebrity in Ghana.
Oh, okay.
And she was shocked.
So it was your idea?
It was an idea I brought up, and we executed it very well. And then all of a sudden, she was everywhere. She called me and she was like, DBJ, like, you are amazing. She started giving me some compliments.
Yes.
And she was like, can you be my manager?
Oh, straightforward.
Just like that. Can you be my manager? I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know what to say. You understand?
Wow.
Can you be my manager? And she didn't end there. And let me know how much you would want, you know, me to give to you at the end of the month as salary and all that. And I was like, I said, I'll get back to her. So I had to go and, you know, speak to my parents about this, because I didn't know what I was going to do as a manager for an ambassador. Yeah. What is my role as a manager?
That's a great position.
Yeah, very big one. And so when we started working together, she made it very easy for me. And she also respected the relationship. Anything I told her to do, she did. And it really made it easy to work with her. Very humble. And she opened so many doors for me as well. She really helped me a lot, especially in my field. And it was great. And after I was done with her, then a bigger door opened, which was the European Union ambassador. And till date, I'm still with him. So it's just giving them your ideas, because they come from a different place, and you want them to feel how our culture is like, how they can be appreciated in Ghana, and more of building bridges between Ghana and then
their country,
because of the missions they have here. and also making them understand a lot more about our culture. And it's gone really well, and you could see the evidence is out there. She's done so many things. She's done a lot. Sometimes I like to be behind the scenes, which is what I really like to do. And yeah, not just the diplomats, but other talents as well. Yeah, and I think there's a passion. The passion is there when it comes to helping people, because I really, really, really love helping people and pushing them, you know, to reach the highest potential. Yeah, in their careers. Yeah.
This looks so obvious in you, that is helping people, because it is your passion that is making people see something unique about you, and that is what attracts you to them. And you not even going to them, but sometimes they come in from their higher level, and not as in lower level, but as in coming to you as a young gentleman, and you know, asking you to manage them. It is a whole grace and favor. Like, do you believe you are walking in the favor of God? Because this is so amazing.
100%. I'm someone who doesn't really joke with God, and I don't really joke with my spirituality. Yes, because I think if I look at past experiences, things that have happened to me and things that are happening now, I believe God is still saying something, and I'm here not for myself but for humanity's sake. Yeah.
You go far with this.
Thank you very much.
You really, really go far. So now let's come to your challenges. I believe managing all these great people would definitely come with some sort of challenges. What has been your challenges so far, and how have you dealt with them?
Well, challenges. Let me start from being a workaholic. I work so much and so hard that I don't really have enough sleep. And so most of the times the body becomes weak. And you know, but then that is just on that side. Like on the other side, you come across people that really underrate you because of, let me say, they see how young I am and be like, how can you be doing this at this age? But you see, I don't pay attention to all those things. I don't really pay attention to those things. I think the low moments in my life really helps me to like be a better person. There are so many people I work with and they aren't really transparent. You know, sometimes you give your all to them and then in the end, in quotes, they mafia you.
Yeah.
But all those things serve as like lessons, so you don't repeat it like next time. There have been quite like, you know, some challenges, and it got to a time where I had a meeting abroad and I didn't really have any cash on me.
You were broke.
I was broke and I prayed about it.
Okay.
I didn't ask anyone for cash, anyone for money. I knew that if I didn't have money, I'm definitely not going.
Exactly.
The meeting will have to cancel, and that opportunity from that meeting wouldn't be there anymore. And after I prayed, I think 2 days later, someone invited me to come and speak to him. And it was like, you're doing a good job. I really see what you're doing. And he put 40,000 CDs right in front of me like this, as if he knew I needed cash for my flights and everything, you know.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wait, you prayed?
I prayed.
And in the next 2 days, someone called you.
Someone called me.
Gave you 40,000
CDs.
Like just like that?
During that week. Even after him giving me the 40,000, another called me. Another lady called me and said, "Hey, DBJ, I want to support you." She puts 20,000 CDs down there, boom. And that was like for my, like before my trip, that trip I was actually going to.
Which you were praying towards. Yes.
I got 20,000 from there. And then I remember Bola calling me to his office, also gave me 17,000 CDs.
DBJ, you're not serious.
The reason why I was broke was that I invested the money I had into certain projects. And I was expecting some returns,
but then it didn't come at the right time.
It didn't come at the right time. And not just that, I lended money out to, like,
Okay.
people.
Yeah, so in all, you were broke at that time. And then you prayed. And people were calling you from left and right and giving you not just
They didn't tell me to bring the money back with interest. Nothing.
They just give it to you.
Free, just like that.
Please tell us how you prayed. Maybe I need this prayer.
How I prayed.
What did you tell God? Because see, me, I've been praying to God, but this testimony you are sharing, I don't think I have experienced that yet. So tell us.
You see,
were you trying to convince God in a certain way?
I wish people know evil. For me, I have, should I say, clean heart always wins. I always want the best for people. And so I told God that, God, you know my heart. If you really want me to go for this meeting abroad, you should open the way and let cash come in.
Wow.
You should just open the way. And when I traveled, when I got there, the meeting was a success.
Okay.
And I became a partner of that person, and we did so many great things together. Big projects, and they were all successful.
Wow.
So God made it happen. There are so many stories. I remember traveling to Europe. I was coming back to Ghana, and I was stopped by the police. They took me to their office to go and fill some deportation form. They said I had overstayed my visa, even though my visa was valid.
Okay.
They said I had overstayed, and that I would have to take the next available flight to Ghana. When I was actually coming back to Ghana the next day, this was in Germany, and I was stranded. I was at the airport for like 6 hours, and I was stranded. And I was just there praying to God that God should do something, because the contacts I knew in Ghana that could help, they were all trying their best, but the police in Germany were, no way, you are not going to any country, you are going back to Ghana. And I think the next available flight was to Lagos, and from Lagos to Accra. That was, I think, Lufthansa. But Lufthansa doesn't come to Accra. So it was from where I was to Lagos, and then I'll have to get another flight myself from Lagos to Accra.
Okay.
There was no way I was going to take that flight. I was stranded, and I was just praying to God. And then after 6 hours, one police officer came and he said, "Hey, gentlemen, put your nose mask on." And then I put my nose mask on. I told him I wanted to speak to him. And he came, he sat by me, he said, "What's the problem?" I explained everything to him. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going to help you." He called 2 police officers. They took me back to the office, and then they cleared my name out of their system. I would have been deported. I wouldn't have been able to travel to Europe anymore. Again, yes. So they cleared my name out of the system. He bought me a ticket to go to Amsterdam, because it was Amsterdam I was actually going to.
With his own money? With
his own money. He just got me a ticket to go to Amsterdam. A police officer. He got me a ticket to go to.
Who you have never met?
I don't know him.
You didn't know him anywhere?
He was working, he was busy, he was going. And because it was during the COVID period, he said, "Put your nose mask on." And I said, "Please, I want to speak to you." He came to sit by me. And then we solved everything within minutes.
Wow. So would you say that at that moment, the prayers you were praying, God answered that particular prayer?
God is with me. And I believe everything happens for a reason. These things happen for you to get like the experience, to learn valuable lessons, to learn about, certain things. And I think I don't joke with God, honestly speaking. I don't joke with God in my line of work, in my career, myself. I don't joke with him.
And maybe that is what most people wouldn't maybe know about DBJ, because they've been seeing DBJ all over, but they don't really know how you've been praying to God and God creating the whole miracles. Just with one line of prayer, people calling you from left and right, and it was
crazy. It was crazy.
You're walking in miracle. Let me say it like that. Yes.
I believe so.
You are walking in miracle.
I believe so.
So let me ask you, with this renowned football journalist who goes by the name, is it Fabrizio?
Yeah, Fabrizio Romano.
Yes. How did you meet him?
You see, one thing, I speak into existence.
Come again?
I speak into existence.
Okay.
So something that is impossible, something that hasn't really happened yet.
Yes.
When I say I'm going to meet this person one day, I speak into existence. Even though I don't know that person, I don't have contact with that person, I don't know, I speak into existence, and eventually it happens.
Oh.
And so with Fabrizio, I think somewhere last year in July, 5th of July, I remember the date, 5th of July, he posted something. I follow him. So he posted something on his Instagram story, which really impressed me. And I was like, wow, I am meeting you very soon.
Just like that?
Just like that. I just told him, wow, I am meeting you very soon.
Okay, you told him?
Yeah. I sent him a message on Instagram.
Okay.
I said, wow, I am meeting you very soon. That's all. I didn't get any response from him for like 4 months. And then I think in September, when I traveled to Europe again last year, I just got to my hotel room and then I saw that he had followed me on Instagram.
Wow.
Just like that, he had followed me back on Instagram. And then I was like, wow, thanks for the follow back. And was like, thank you, my friend. You are doing an amazing job. And yeah. And then from there, we started having convos.
So you became friends with him?
Became friends.
And he even initiated a friendship?
Fabrizio is one of the most, he's so humble.
Yeah.
He's so humble. I had planned to meet him. As soon as he followed me, I had planned to book a flight to go and meet him where he is. And I went there and I couldn't meet him. It should show you that he's so busy.
Exactly.
He's one of the busiest persons in this world. And people call him the most trusted man.
Okay.
Yeah, people call him the most trusted man because every information he puts out there is genuine and authentic.
Okay.
Even before a football club will put information about a transfer out there, Fabrizio has already put it out there.
Okay.
So he was so busy that we couldn't meet. And so I had to leave the country. I was sad that I couldn't meet him. And then I went to Europe again in December. And this time around, I made sure that no matter what, I would meet him. I told myself, no matter what, if I don't meet this man, I had to extend my flight just because of him. So then I got a message from him.
That's why. Were you communicating with him?
Yeah, I was communicating with him. It was like, I'll let you know. Because he wasn't in Europe by then. He was somewhere else for holidays and all that. So I'll let you know. But I just wanted an actual date. I wasn't getting that actual date because he's so busy. You never know his rounds and all that. And then I received a text from him and was like, hey, brother, I'm back here. He asked me he asked if it was possible to come and meet him on a certain date, a particular date, which I said, yes. So I remember I booked my flights and then I went there and then I met him eventually. I saw him and I was like, hey, Fabrizio,
this came to reality.
It came to reality.
Wow.
Something I spoke into existence that I am meeting you soon. From May, I met him in, I think, December or January, late December or early January. I met him. And so that's what I do. I speak things into existence. So if today I say I'm meeting Messi very soon, I'm meeting Ronaldo very soon, it will happen. You just have to be focused and not give up. To be determined. Persevere. Just know that everything is possible. Everything is possible. Fabrizio is just a human like me.
Exactly.
The ambassador or the ambassadors I manage, they are just humans like us. The only thing that separates us is the rank.
Their position
in their career. But then they're just humans like we are.
Yeah.
And so why should I feel nervous when speaking to people like this? Why should I be afraid of meeting people like this? And even when I was managing the ambassador, it was more like I was the boss.
Okay.
And she was always saying yes to me. And this is something I really like because she didn't really use her power to, She was also humble. She's humble,
respectful and down to earth.
There was a time I was admitted at the hospital and I was just sleeping. Someone tapped me on my shoulder. I turned my face just to see her there.
Wow.
I didn't even know who told her I was admitted at the hospital.
Yeah.
I just turned my face to see that she was there. She came to visit me. The France ambassador to Ghana. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was so sweet of her for her to, come down from her position to even enter into the hospital room, come to your bed, and just say hi to you.
Yeah.
That tells how sweet and lovely she is, and how humble and respectful she is. Well, a big shout out to her.
Big shout out to
her. So DBJ, what I have seen from your story is you are a man of courage, and I think you have this boldness within you. It's not like as if you don't fear people. You are very respectful.
Yeah.
Yes, you are respectful, but you have this courage and boldness in you that they are also human like me. So let me just approach them. And I think that is one quality they also see in you for them to really connect with you and all that. So now what should we expect from DBJ in the next coming years?
Well, in the next coming years, I envision further expanding my talent management, business, representing more players and helping them, helping them like develop their careers and also making sure opportunities are there for them, because this is a country I love so much. I see everything that is happening. I see how talented, we are.
Yeah.
Yet still the opportunities aren't there. And so with my networks, however I can help these talents, reach their highest potential in the next 5 or let me say in the next years to come.
Yeah.
I see myself, in that state or that way, pushing talents, to achieve their dreams. Yeah.
Okay. So are you only focusing on bringing opportunities to Ghana, or it is other countries as well, or it is outside Ghana as well?
I'm African, and I wouldn't say just Ghana, but even if opportunities are to come to Ghana, so let's say for instance I'm organizing a tournament, and I want it to be hosted in Ghana, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's just going to be Ghanaian teams playing in that tournament. I could invite teams from other countries as well.
Okay.
And so not just Ghana, but the continent, Africa as a whole, and the world at large.
Okay. Wow.
And I think only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell.
So you're going to speak into existence on that, and it will surely come to reality. It will surely come to reality. It has been happening to you.
Yes, that's all.
You're so great, and I love your passion, and in your communication I could hear that you want to bring opportunities to Ghana, and not only Ghana, to Africa and the world at large.
Yes.
This should tell us that you are a proud citizen and also a passionate person, that you love people and you love your country. I believe your story is so inspiring, and I believe the youth are going to learn a lot from you, because you are an inspiration. Myself, I have learned a lot from you. Being it, speaking into existence, and seeing it into reality, praying, and God creating miracles around with plenty money. I think I'm going to really apply that, and also finding ways and means to get what you want, even when you don't have the resources. That tells how determined and purposeful you are. So thank you so much for coming. I really love that, and I appreciate your presence. So before you give your shout out, I would want you to tell us some of the major people that have contributed in your greatness, and also your last words.
Wow. So I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to my family, my parents, who have been my pillar of strength and have shown their unwavering support to me over the past years, and also to few of my friends, my spiritual fathers, those who keep me in their prayers, and also to my partners as well in the world of football, to the diplomats that I work with, and to everybody who encourages me, to my team, my workers, colleagues in the same field, and to everyone. I just want to say shout outs.
And give us your last words to people that are watching you. Many people are looking up to you, like, I want to be like DBJ. So this is your camera. Give us your last word.
Well, so my words to the public would be to never give up, believe in your dreams, believe in your abilities, and keep pushing, be determined, be very hardworking, be determined, and just believe in God as well, because without God, you are nothing. And so I would advise them to also dream big, and also they should speak into existence, because those things really work, because words are spirits. And so anything you say out there, if you believe in it, it will surely come to pass. Believe in yourself and never give up. Despite the challenges that will come your way, always keep pushing. And I'll say it once again, never give up.
Thank you, DBJ. And I was really inspired by your story. I believe the whole world and everyone watching is really inspired by your story. So thank you for coming, and more grace to your elbow. We wish you very well in all your great plans, and I pray that may God help you to achieve all that you have ever prayed for.
Amen. 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 And thank you very much. Thank you for having me as well. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
One other thing is for them to stay disciplined. Discipline is key.
Okay.
Stay disciplined. Yeah.
Wow. Discipline is key, and that was the last words of DBJ. I believe you have been inspired. Like I said earlier on, this story of DBJ is going to inspire you and also, encourage you to do more, to push harder. And one thing I'll never forget from what he said is you need to speak into existence, because sharing his story, he spoke into existence and so many miracles happened to him. And I am certainly going to apply that. I hope you also going to do that. And so thank you so much for joining us. This is Money and Business Solutions. And do follow us on all our social media handles on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok at School and Mind TV. Thank you for watching.